Well, hey folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode here in the backyard, wrapping up some yard work. I'm trying to reseed and replant my entire backyard. Totally died on me last year, so we're trying to upstart it. And this may be a beginning point for me, but I want to talk about a finishing point and a knife. Today we're going to be looking at the SOG Terminus, and Terminus, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, it means finishing point or a goal, something like that. And what this SOG knife has to offer are a few things. Right out of the gate, you people that are in different countries, foreign countries, where knife laws are pretty tight, you're gonna love this knife because it's a slip joint with a very tactical, more heavy-duty feel than what you're used to in your slip joints. Secondly, it's compact, lightweight, and comes with BD1 tool steel. We'll talk about that, what that has to offer, and it comes in at a great price point. So we got lots of things going for this Terminus, this goal, this finishing point in this knife that SOG has produced. So let's go ahead, break it down, take a look at it, and see if this is gonna be the right slip joint for you with more of an aggressive feel. Now for the business end of the knife, and I love what I'm about to tell you to see that SOG is upping its game when it comes to their blades. This is Cts Bd1 Steel, which is a great steel. I have it on several Spydercos, and I really do like it a lot. It's comparable to most VG10 out there and some 154 cm depending on the company. Extremely rust resistant, very easy to put an edge on it, but holds a decent edge as well. It's definitely an upgrade over any form of HCR 13 MOV or AUS 8 that SOG has been known for in the past. So I love that it's a big upgrade. Now this is a Chinese made knife, but that Cts Bd1 is a steel that comes out of the US, and then they ship it over there and then they work on it from there, from everything that I read and understand with that Cts Bd1 steel. So I love that. That's a huge upgrade. Now we have from the handle to the tip 3 inches even, a really nice hollow grind. It's very high, very, very high, and I like that, and with a great relief edge. It's not like a micro relief edge. It's big and razor sharp. I mean, this thing is shaving sharp out of the box and has held its edge very well, and as you're seeing in the footage, really nice with its slicing capability in every aspect. The cutting edge itself is going to be about 2.75, maybe 2.8. Now we do have that really nice clip right there that I really like as well. Just a very aesthetically pleasing blade. So not only in performance does it really sing, but also in its beauty. I love that. And then just that kind of drop in to that jimping, and then that satin finish on there. So you guys are getting a really good high performer, good steel for the price point, all those things that you're getting, and a really good relief edge with a really nice hollow grind is going to make this a slicer for the knife. And before I forget, it's 0.11 on the thickness as well. So combined with that hollow grind, great slicing knife, and a good penetrator as well. It's going to give you good stabbing, but also good slicing with that belly. Now this pocket clip is classic of SOG. You got a little bit of a flare out loop over above the body of the knife, and it is ambidextrous. You just unscrew this little bolt, slip it out, put it on the other side. Tip up only. SOG does some of the best pocket clips on the market, in my opinion, majority of the time. It's got some good resistance there as well, so it's not just, you know, flopping around. Super deep ride, so no one's going to see anything but the pocket clip. I wish more companies would do pocket clips like SOG does. They've got their little logo right there. Super nice deep ride. You could run your paracord just right through the loop up top. There is no other lanyard hold to speak of. That is the one thing that I would note with this design. Let's hit the deployment here. Now it is a slip joint. Obviously this is designed to be internationally acceptable around the world. So you are going to get dual nail nicks. I really like that a lot. A lot of companies do not do that. They just put a nail nick on the right side. So lefties, righties, again, matching with the pocket clip, right or left. You're going to get a lot of capability there in that sense that you're not having to try and fight with it if you're a lefty all the time. It's about center. You know, you can't deploy this one-handed. It's basically impossible. I've tried a bunch of times, you know, and it's not designed to be. So you're going to grab that nail nick, but it's very easy to grab. Good detent, very solid detent. That's one of the best things that I see with this knife, that even though it is a slip joint, which means, again, no locking mechanism, so think just like a Swiss Army knife or something like that that has no locking mechanism, it is very tight and has kind of a dual snapping stage. I mean, it snaps into place there with the retention. There is zero play left and right, and then up and down. I've got to put a lot of pressure to get it to slip and then move. So I really like that a lot. So it snaps really good into place. We got that nice pillar back there that it hits. So I really dig that a lot. We even got the little guard right here to not only protect you from sliding up, but also if you're bearing down on it and it did disjoint for some reason, you put a lot of pressure on it, it's going to bite into your finger there and keep it. I mean, it's almost impossible for me to cut myself and have it, close on my hand. So I really like that aspect a lot. But then also for closing, it's really easy to do. Some slip joints, they're so strong that the spring, you basically have to close it two-handed. You don't have to do that. All I do is just put my finger right up against that guard, press, move that, slip it into place, and then it goes right back closed. And again, fantastic detent, never going to open in your pocket. So, and then you do have that nice pivot screw right there on that side, and great centering straight down the middle. So very good for a slip joint deployment, and very strong lockup in that kicking motion before you would have to disengage, or before the retention disengages itself. Now for the handle, G10, heavily textured, which I like for this concept. Again, most slip joints, not all, but most, are very, old world, classic, look like a Buck 110, look like a, Victorinox, Swiss Army knife, something like that. This gives a very, more industrial, tactical, tough feel to it. It's got that heavy texture on there. Now that will thrash your pocket a little bit with that G10. Now this is kind of a light tan. The black on black version will have obviously black G10. Now the handle is 4 inches from front to back, and it's going to be 0.45 inches thick. We got that flow through construction. We got that Zytel or glass reinforced spacer back here. We do have liners in here that I believe would be steel liners. But what I love about this is that it comes in at under 3 ounces. This is 2.9 ounces, which is fantastic for this size of a knife, making it very lightweight. Now I wear large size gloves, so you can just get a good perspective in the hand. And if I go right here up against the guard, and there's this kind of squared blocked off space right there, I've got plenty of room to spare. I've almost got like an inch hanging off the back. If I don't do that and I'm kind of back here, then I'm right against the handle. So I tend to just put my finger right up against that guard. I'm locked into place. It's got aggressive jimping, so something to note there, that is sharp, that is not comfortable jimping, so to speak. Now for me, bearing down on it, I mean, it's not hurting my thumb, but it is, it's not rounded off or anything like that. That is an aggressive jimping. And then the little guard, again, giving it again that feel of being much more of a tactical knife than, say, like an old, grandpa folder or something like that. Now the handles are rounded off on all the edges, but it is pretty blocky. That is one thing that I've kind of noted with it and noticed with it, is a little bit on the blocky side, whereas something like this would be more rounded, more contoured. This is pretty clunky and squared off. It doesn't hurt the ergonomics, but it doesn't help the ergonomics. So that would be really, out of the whole knife, my only critique is if the handle had just been a little bit more rounded, a little bit more machined, that would have just helped with the ergonomic features. But gives you lots of real estate to work with, great jimping, good guard. You're locked into place for lots of different tasks with this knife. Now, another aspect that I'm really digging as well is the price point. For everything that we're seeing here, this version, which is the cheaper version, is going to run you between $45 and $50. And the black on black version is going to run you between $55 and $60. We will have links in the description below over to Amazon. That is a great way to help support the channel, help us continue to do what we do here and purchase knives just like this to review for you, and particularly for you in the international community. This is, I think, in everything that I'm seeing for the price point, the materials, the performance, the layout, this is a home run if you're looking for more of that aggressive style, more tactical slip joint folder. So totally digging that. Again, links below, and we'll have links to a few others, not only slip joints, but other knives kind of in this genre in those Amazon links below. Well, folks, there you have it. We have come to the end, the finishing line, the finishing point on the SOG Terminus. I love it, guys. It's got that kind of more aggressive tactical feel, as we've talked about, but it doesn't have a lock. So for those of you around the world that need a slip joint, but you want that more aggressive, compact, but great quality steel choices, deep ride pocket clip, all those things. I think this is right up your alley and you won't be disappointed with what SOG is producing. I think there's gonna be a lot of international sales happening with this knife, and I can't recommend it enough in this line of slip joint folders that are out there on the market. So guys, thank you so much for coming over here today, checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'll answer any comments in the description and in the comments below that you may have, questions, anything like that. Check us out on all the social media as well. That's a great way to see what's up and coming, what's going on here at the channel. And finally, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.